On this episode of Greetings from Outer Space, I have a surprise greeting for you. To start making my card, I'm going to decorate the front cover of the card. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my little sponges with some refill inks here. These are dye-based inks. And I've got a little sheet of plastic here that I'm just going to apply the ink to it. It's just a nice way to kind of spread the ink out onto the sponge. So I just take my sponge and just tap the ink, and then that just applies it to the sponge here. Set that aside. And then a little bit more. Now I'm ready to go. Okay, these are my cloud stencils, and this creates kind of a cloud, and the ink is going to come in here. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of the blue and just lightly brush and swirl. But I don't want to hit this straight edge here because, in all honesty, the clouds are more swirly than straight. And then I'm going to take my other bank of clouds here and then just apply the ink. Just like so. And then way up here at the top, I've got this little row of frilly things. And again, I've got the straight edge here, so I just move the stencil over and then fill it in. So you can see my sky, and then I've got the white area for the clouds. But I always like a little extra texture here. Now I've got the purple. And again, just pull that in over the whole surface of the card. You can leave a little white space if you want. And just be careful. You can tap up and down. That gives it a different look. And I've got this really pretty sky scene now. I want to add a little bit of extra detail here, and I have this astro star. It's kind of like these little, I don't know what to call them. They're little stars. Just tap that on, and that's going to be the front of my card. Okay, now I want to decorate the entire inside of the card, and I'm going to repeat exactly what I did on the front. Next, I'm going to create my little rocket here. So on another sheet of cardstock, I'm going to stamp my rocket with black ink. And I'm going to need two of these. So I stamp the first one and the second one. And then I want to color that in. I'm going to use some permanent ink markers to color in my little rocket here. I like this pen because it has a brush tip on it. And so you can color in these little fine details if you color carefully. But then if you want to color in a wide area, you can press down and you can get the side of the marker, and that colors the whole area pretty fast. I like using these permanent markers because if you color in with two different shades of this like lavender kind of purplish color, and you notice this one's a little bit darker, and what happens is the ink blends together when you use a really, really light color. This is kind of a light blue, light purpley blue. And once this dries, this area in the center will kind of fade out a little bit. And I kind of want to highlight right on the top of these fins of the rocket, because it makes it look like the sunlight's hitting it. Okay, once I'm finished coloring it in, now I'm going to cut them out. And here I have my cutout rockets. The other thing that's kind of an interesting little trick is to use a black marker here and color right along the edges of the cutout. This hides any white area of the cardstock, and it makes it look like you cut the card out or you cut the piece out perfectly, when really I left a little white space because it's kind of hard to cut it so close. And so by using this black marker, it's a nice little trick, because now it looks like my rocket has been cut out perfectly. Now I'm going to make the cloud. I have a piece of vellum here. This is translucent. You can kind of see through it, which is fun. I'm going to take my stencil and just very quickly draw with a pencil. Just outline a little bit of the shape here. And then I'm going to turn my stencil around like so. And then just keep working it. So I have this fun little cloud. Maybe I'm going to just finish that off myself. And then I'm going to cut this out with my scissors. And now I want to write the word greetings. So I'm going to use my brush pen here, and I'm just going to freehand write greetings. I'm going to use a little bit of a white gel pen and highlight the tops of the letters, and this just gives it a little bit of extra depth and a little dimension. Next, I'm going to make the pop-up feature. I'm starting with this clear sheet of window plastic, and with my scissors I'm going to cut out a spiral. You just kind of keep turning the plastic to create this little spiral. And then I leave this little circle in the center there. Now we're going to assemble the card. I take my spiral and I center it into the middle of the card. And I take my double-sided tape, and starting at the outermost area of my spiral, just apply a little bit of that adhesive right onto the card. And then we push down to make sure it's stuck to the bottom. See how it's stuck there? Then what I'm going to do is put a little adhesive right on the top of my spiral, maybe just a little bit more. And now I'm going to close my card. I know this is a little hard to see, but now I have this clear spiral here. So then I'm going to take my greetings and let's attach that somewhere here. Put a little bit on the back of the vellum. And then apply that to the spiral. And then take my rocket ship, a little more adhesive. And then apply that. It's going to be different. And then just a little bit more adhesive on the second rocket ship. And then match that up, just like so. And now, when you open up the card, you have the rocket ship taking off and a little cloud that says greetings.
We hope you're enjoying our Greetings from Outer Space series, sponsored by Judikins. Please follow us on social media. Sign up on our website and you're automatically entered to win a prize package full of products from some of our favorite sponsors. And remember, as we always say, when creativity knocks, open the door.